Hello everyone, my name is John Busshart. I'm an HPE Business Transformation Center engineer for Ingram Micro. I help support servers, blade systems, storage, as well as networking technology solutions from HPE. In my videos, what I'd like to do is show you a slide from a popular PowerPoint and then present to you what that means within the management interface. Today we're going to continue on our conversation with HPE's Aruba Instant On series of access points. So this series of access points is really dedicated towards the SMB space or for wireless networks with 100 or less users. You can virtually cluster these access points as well. They expect them to be clustered in about maybe 10 access points or so, but there is a ability to scale all the way up to 25 access points. So certainly the price of this product reflects the SMB market. Another value add onto this solution is the easy nature you have to be able to deploy this solution. So this is really meant for users with little or no IT staff. And the two methods that you can use to deploy this is a cloud-based application as well as a mobile app. And you can configure in one and then go and modify in the other if you needed to. Today we're going to focus on deploying our solution with the mobile app. So with all that being said, let's explore this interface. Okay, the way you configure this system is you plug in your access point. Typically it'll be plugged into a PoE switch, a power over Ethernet switch, and you'll boot it up. There is an option for an AC adapter if you want. Once it boots up, if you look at the LEDs, one of the LEDs is going to flash between amber and green. And at that point, you know you're ready to discover this access point. Another thing that I tripped across while configuring this is I kind of fished out the IP address within our DHCP server. Right, and I plugged that into a web browser, and it brings up this informational page. There's nothing you can read or configure on this. It just gives you some information about the access point that we're using. So we're configuring AP15, the firmware it's on, some IP information, as well as this, the onboarding status, which is ready for a retry. Right, so I'm going to screencast my cell phone, which is down here. And you can see I have the Google Play Store opened up. So certainly you could do this on the Apple Store as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and search for Aruba Instant On. See, there's the application. So we'll select it. And now we'll go through the process of installing this application. So I'll go through the process of downloading it. And now we're installing it. All right, now we're ready to open it. Okay, now we've got a login. So if you don't have an account, you'll have to create an account. This will be different from an HPE Passport account. If you have an account, you can log in here. All right, and then now to protect the innocent, I'm going to kind of fast forward and show you the screen after we log in. Okay, once logged in, you're requested to create a new site as well as your first wireless network or your first SSID. You're going to want to think about this SSID or this wireless network that you create because it is going to be permanent until you delete the site. So let's click continue. Let's give our network a name. So I'll do Ingram Micro Business Transformation Center. And then we'll give it a password, and I'll just use Ingram Micro. We could certainly look at that here to make sure I've typed everything in correctly. And then we can click continue. Now it's going to ask us to allow the device's location, so we'll certainly do that. So what it's going to do is going to go out and try to discover the device. So first way it'll do it is through Bluetooth. And then it will, if it can't find it, it'll request that you put in the serial number. So I kind of have the serial number kind of blanked out here because I don't necessarily want anybody to claim my device. But let's click Add Device. Notice it took my SSID name and it appended site to the end of it. So now it's called Ingram Micro BTC Site. So we're going to activate the site. You can certainly change that if you wanted to, though. All right, now our site is ready. So let's click Show Me. And we're ready to roll. So we've actually deployed our first wireless network. So that's how simple and easy it was. And we can actually go and look in here. And we could see that wireless network exists. And we could go in a little bit deeper. And we could see a little bit more information. We can activate it, deactivate it. We can enable WPA2 plus WPA3. We can look under more options. You can see we could hide the SSID, or we can even assign it a VLAN if we wanted to. All right, so next we're going to go through and we're going to add another wireless network. So let's click the plus sign. This time we're going to do a guest network. And let's see, we will call this Ingram Micro Business Transformation Center guest. Okay. Now the security page, we could certainly do a splash page. We could certainly do a password if we felt like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to customize this page. All right, so we can go through and we could change this. Welcome to the guest business transformation center. All right, we could change the font size if we felt like it, or even the font color if we wanted to. Right. If you wanted to add a logo, we could certainly do that. So that'll be the logo that we'll use, right, as well as any other thing. So that'll be our captive role configuration. So very simple and easy to use. And under more options, we have other things that we could set as well. So we could allow an access schedule if we wanted to. So we could say active between 9 a.m. and 7 a.m. if it felt like it. So we're done. I'm going to create this wireless network. So something that's important to note, if I go under the Ingram Micro BTC guest, right, I could certainly go over here and delete this network. Right? Now, if I go into the Ingram Micro BTC network, the not guest network, you don't see I don't have those three dots on the top. So again, you want to think about what the name is of this network. So you can't necessarily get rid of it unless you delete this entire site. But you can deactivate that network if you felt like it. All right. So now that I have both these networks configured, let's go over here to a desktop and let's actually connect to this wireless network. And there is our Ingram Micro BTC guest. So let's connect. And we can see our splash page has come up. We'll agree, and then we'll accept. You can see we have internet access. Now, I think it's important to note I didn't send any VLANs up or anything like that. This access point is on the 80 network, so 192.168.80.44. Now, if I go inside here, we'll open up a command line. You will see my network is 172.31, so it actually natted my connection. Again, I did that on behalf because it knew it was a guest network, so that's a nice feature. All right, now that this client is connected, let's go take a look. Let's go back. All right, we can see there are two networks active. We can see one client is connected. Again, we can dig into this if we feel like it. We can see that's this demo PC over here. Right, we can see it's a Windows 10 machine. We can see what network it's connected to. We can see the signal is good. We can see the downloading and uploading information. Right, we can see our access point is online. And again, we can dig into that access point, get a little bit more information on that. Right. Again, over here is where we've seen our networks. And again, we can dig into these networks and do a little bit more configuration if we wanted to. Then finally, and we don't have enough traffic to see anything here, but if we click here, we can get a little bit more information about the applications as time goes by. All right, that's the quick and simple nature for being able to deploy an Aruba Instant On access point. Again, this access point is directed towards the SMB space, and you could see that it was a very simple and easy process to be able to deploy this solution. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more videos.